Are you ready for pain? Are you ready for suffering? If the answer is yes, then you're ready.
Let me tell y'all the white supremacy at play that really allows a child to feel so protected and safe that they can do quite remarkable shit like this. Good for him.
Today I want to have a difficult but important conversation. As some or many of you may know, my wife is a beautiful and amazing African woman, a black woman. We have a 1-year-old son together, and we hope to have more children in the future. It is not lost on me, therefore, that in our society, our children will likely be considered black, or at least mixed race, people of color. I believe I have legitimate and well-founded fears of raising our children in the U.S., my home country, a country that I love, but a country that was founded on racism and white supremacy. I fear for my children, who I can fully imagine being treated differently from me, in front of me, and even oppressed over nothing more than the amount of a chemical of melanin in their skin. I have always known that racism and white supremacy were endemic in our nation, and having grown up in Alabama and still living in the South, I have witnessed how they affect black and brown people. I have been an outspoken anti-racist for well over a decade, but since my wife became pregnant with our son, I have felt an overwhelming and urgent need to become more educated about the African American experience and to learn what I can do to become a better ally. My wife, remember, is African, not African American, and she also does not know what it's like to be black in America, to raise a black son in America. And obviously, as a white guy, neither do I. So for the last 2 years, I've been educating myself by reading books, articles, and essays, and listening to books on Audible on the subjects of race, white supremacy, and anti-racism, both by black and white authors. These books have led me to do a lot of self-reflection and introspection. And there are some things I've learned which I wish to share. First and foremost, in general, black people want white people to see color. Those who say they are colorblind and don't see race or treat everyone the same are only perpetuating racism and white supremacy by ignoring the problem and pretending the problem doesn't exist. First of all, not seeing color is impossible by definition. Black people want to be seen for who they are, their culture, their struggles, their triumphs. So-called colorblindness only allows a white person to feel comfortable that she or he is not racist and doesn't do or say racist things, and therefore has no responsibility to make changes. It also ignores and diminishes the lived experiences of people of color. But as I've read, all of us have prejudices and biases. We wouldn't be human if we didn't, and we have been socialized to have them. So let's be honest with ourselves and not be afraid of being uncomfortable, so we can all do the difficult work of rooting out prejudice and racism in ourselves and then in society at large.
In this video, I'm going to be going over a lot of symbols. Not all of them are always used in the context of white supremacy. However, it is still important to understand that sometimes they are. I'm going to be going over the ones that I personally have seen most used by white supremacists. The Valknot, please read. The Sonnenrad. Thor's hammer, once again not always used by white supremacists, but please note the Nazi symbol on this one. The Othal rune. The Tyr rune, also once again used also by people who aren't white supremacists. And the Eilhaz, also an ancient runic symbol and not always used by white supremacists. I used adl.org for my information. They go over a lot of hate symbols and what to look out for, so please go check them out.
Baby, I just got one thing to say. If you see me on TikTok and you know me on a professional level, mind your business here. I clocked out. I clocked out.
What privilege? I will give you an example of privilege. I can go for a walk at midnight. I can just go outside, go for a walk. It never occurs to me, it's never occurred to me, just going out for a walk, that I might get raped. It's never occurred to me that somebody might follow me home, that I might have to circle around until that guy just gets bored and disappears. It's never occurred to me I might get killed by a cop because I'm just existing outside of my house. I don't even take my identification with me most of the time because it doesn't affect me. That's privilege. That's a lot of privilege. Women can't do that. Go for a walk at night alone? No fucking way. Black people can't do that. People of color can't do that. LGBTQ people can't do that. I can do that because I'm a cishet white dude. And that's one privilege, just one example out of.
All right, so the teacher on Paraguay, she was like, "You're giving us Snow White vibes," and I was like, "Am I?" And look, just look at this. Just look at this. I totally am giving off Snow White vibes. Okay, like girl, I got the short hair. I don't know. I didn't even recognize until she said something, but. Where is my Prince Charming?
And you sound like you should shut. God bless you.
Just settled on my lawsuit. Fuck you, damn it! Now this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me. Cause we need a little controversy, cause it feels so empty without me. I said this looks like a job for me.
It's a genre. Not everybody fits on the roster.
Violence begets violence. I condemn anyone who has advocated violence in my comments. And if you advocate the extermination of any group of people, you are evil. And evil comes in all colors. There are ideologies that must be eradicated. There are behaviors that cannot be tolerated. And there are individuals that society would be better off without. But if history has established anything, it has established humanity's unlimited capacity to detect arbitrary differences, to judge people based on those differences, to persecute, maim, and murder anyone deemed different. White people are responsible for racism in the United States, but the propensity to commit violence is a defect of humanity. Wiping out white people will not cure this defect. Humanity must evolve beyond this defect. Yes, because of my privilege, I still believe evolution is possible. If you have lost hope, I don't blame you. But we must work to end this endless cycle of suffering.
I know that I've said it before, but you and Shane have made me a better man.
Oh, fuck off, Mark. It's not my job to make you a better man, and I don't give a shit if I've made you a better man. It's not a fucking woman's job to be consumed and invaded and spat out so that some fucking man can evolve.
Hey, you, wake up. Hi. So, I'm not wearing any makeup. I haven't slept in over 30 hours. I have just been blocked by somebody because I called them out on giving me unsolicited advice. Our block culture is ridiculous. I mean, you dish it out, but then you can't take it? I mean, come on. Are you kidding me? For one, I didn't ask for your advice. I answered your question. That did not open it up for you to give me your opinion on how I should handle my life, and assuming that I don't know how to handle my life. This block culture is ridiculous. Get it together, people.
Did I dye my hair bisexual colors? Maybe. I attempted, but it didn't work. Why did I dye bisexual colors? I don't know. Men in skirts. Men in skirts. I'm gay, but a guy in a skirt. That's it.
Oh my god, I'm going to preface this story time by saying it is so hot outside. Anyway, I haven't got a haircut in probably 2 months. I'm lazy like that. I don't get it cut a lot. And today, one of my students is looking at me and he goes, "Miss Q, kind of looks like you're growing a beard." You're not wrong, but like,
I'm mad you're right. I swear getting roasted by 4th graders keeps you humble.
Stop scrolling and please help me spread the word, because if I've landed on your For You page, you're most likely either a black woman or someone who cares about black women, and the simple phrase I'm about to share could help save a black woman's life. Doctors are to black women what police officers are to black men. That may seem controversial, but I believe it to be true, and I speak from personal experience. If you've seen this TikTok, you know that a 2016 study showed that 50% of medical students and residents thought that black people couldn't feel pain the same as white people. And we learned from this video that because of a 1999 study, to this day, there's a black correction factor for the creatinine levels in black people's kidneys, meaning we're less likely to receive a kidney transplant if needed. So if you go to a doctor, feel you aren't getting proper treatment, or they refuse the treatment you've requested, say to them the following: I will need you to document on record that you are refusing the treatment I've requested and the reason you are refusing to do